what's your student debt?
I've got about $2,345 or something like that. I got a degree in health sciences.
How do you think this debt has impact on your life after graduation?
Well, I'm pretty lucky. My dad paid for absolutely everything. He paid my rent, he paid my tuition, he paid pretty much my whole way through school. So all I had to pay for was food and any clothes I wanted and nice vacations and stuff. So I took out a $2,000 loan to just go visit Europe and travel around last summer, and so I should be able to pay that back pretty quickly.
What are your future plans?
I'd like to get started in my health field right away. I can afford to stay here in the city because I was able to save a bit of money, and so I'll do anything. I'll even work for free doing internships. I've got a few interviews set up, and yeah, I'd like to one day go back and do my master's degree. The world's my oyster. Feel pretty comfortable.
Madeline was one of the few privileged students who had economic support from her family. She was able to save money, which opened many doors for future endeavors. Her job options aren't limited. She's got a comfortable life, and her debt doesn't hold her back. She meets an adequate standard of living. She's got access to bare minimums like food, shelter, water, and can afford luxury items such as vacations, gym memberships, and nights out with friends. She's got optimal physical and mental health.
What's your student debt?
Right now it's about 60,000.
It's actually $62,835 to be exact. You know, I finished my degree in sociology, but he dropped out.
Oh, how do you think this debt has impacted your life after graduation?
Well, I don't feel like I can pick a job on my skills or what I actually want to do. It all comes down to what the wage is, and I just have to take whatever I can get right now. I never got to finish my degree, which is pretty disappointing.
Puts a lot of strain on our relationship. I do feel guilty that he had to drop out of school to support us while I could continue my degree. We also don't have any time or money to go grocery shopping and buy healthy meals and take the time to prepare them, so we're always eating fast food like Wendy's and McDonald's. You know, I also don't have the time or the money to afford a gym membership, so, you know, I've just gained a lot of weight too.
Yeah, I'd love to take her on a nice date, but we can't afford it, but I do feel it's really important.
What are your future plans?
Well, we do want to start a family sometime, but we don't have like the environment to raise children right now. We don't live in a safe neighborhood. I wouldn't feel safe sending my kids to the schools here. Not to mention childcare is really expensive as well.
Yeah, we'd like to get married, but we can't even afford the marriage license or let alone the celebrations. We'd love to own our own house, but in a few years, we can't even qualify for a mortgage.
As you can see, financial debt affects many aspects of a relationship, and it makes it really hard for couples to prosper. Gordy and Tasha are a classic example of a couple whose economic situation has really impacted their relationship, health, and future goals. Borrowers with post-secondary education were less likely to own their homes because they live in low-income housing neighborhoods, and they lack the social capital that is so beneficial for health both mentally and physically.
What's your student debt?
Right now it's at $57,960.
So how do you think this debt has impacted your life after graduation?
It has impacted me greatly because when I came to Canada, I came with the thought of getting a better education to be able to provide for myself and my family back home. But now with this great debt, it puts a lot of strain on my finances. Also because my foreign credentials are not recognized here, I'm not able to get a decent job that I was hoping for.
Okay, so what are your future plans?
I think I wanted to go back home and visit my family, but with no savings I cannot afford to do that. And also because I wanted to bring them to Canada, the government asked for a minimum wage of $60,000 in order to bring your parents, but at the moment I cannot do that. So I'm hoping that at some point in my life I can do that.
As an immigrant, Edith is socially excluded from the economic workforce because our society doesn't recognize the foreign credentials she already has. This puts her at a disadvantage because she has to spend time and money to retrain herself in things she already knows how to do. Having family back home means less social and financial support. It is difficult for her to attain social support from her family because of the structure of society, mainly because immigration policies require Edith to have a yearly salary of close to $90,000 to qualify her to bring her family over and an extra $45,000 to bring over any siblings. This is virtually impossible.